running this kind of an interesting game where the wind's blowing out like that, and you had all that offense early on, and both bullpens settled down. Do you think the lost opportunities there in the seventh and eighth, though, probably the biggest difference?
Yeah, sure. I mean, today's story was, we didn't execute pitching-wise and offensively like we did in the first two ball games, plain and simple. And you got to give all the credit to Georgia Tech. They did a nice rebound. From the first two ball games. The Gorst kid that pitched the final 6 1/3 was really good. He was doing a nice job of throwing his slider and mixing in his fastball, and we just didn't make an adjustment enough in those innings to muster any runs. Certainly, we had the opportunity. The big strikeout against Charlie Cody was a big one with 3 sliders in a row, and certainly if we put the ball in play there. We're tie ball game, a different situation, but credit to them. They did what it took to win. They brought their closer in early in the ball game, and he did a nice job.
Yeah, when Weber gets walked there in the 8th, and Simmons is on deck, he kind of came out and said something to him. Did you kind of have him look for something in particular there with that at bat, and what was kind of your approach with him?
I just told him to go up there and be aggressive. You want a kid, if he's not going to get the job done, you want him to be aggressive and not look to take pitches just because he walked the batter on 4 pitches in front of him. Cam Simmons has gotten to this point because he's been aggressive, and certainly we have a lot of confidence in him. And he was battling up there with 2 strikes, and unfortunately just wasn't able to deliver.
Their home runs,
right.
These last couple days, particularly today. More sign of their offense and certainly the condition today, or
I think it was a mix. Credit to them. Certainly, they took some aggressive swings against Hazley and drove the ball to the ballpark. I believe 4 times. I think they had 3 or 4 of them last night as well. A couple of them were certainly up in the zone, pitches, but certainly they still had to put good swings on the ball, and Hazley didn't have his stuff. He wasn't down in the zone like he normally is. He's not going to overpower you, but he's going to change speeds and keep the ball down the zone. He was up in the zone a lot today, and they certainly took advantage of it.
I'm sure you like, though, what you saw from Shambour, and particularly Tommy, too. I think 24 pitches and 22 for strikes.
Right. Well, I thought both of those guys did a nice job. I was coming into the game, Coach Kuhn and I talked, and we were willing to go with Tommy Doyle up to 3 innings, and he came in and did a nice job. Shambour did a terrific job as well, and it's just unfortunate we couldn't get a couple of runs in the back half of the game.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Just with regard to the series as a whole, obviously getting 2 complete game players for the first 2 days, and how that sets you up going into the rest of the regular season and the postseason.
Well, certainly you don't plan on having your first 2 starters on the weekend going complete games, but both of those guys were really efficient. I think Jones was at about 104 pitches in 9 innings, and Bettinger was just a little bit over that. So they both did a nice job. Part of that's due to Georgia Tech's aggressiveness at the plate. They're going to go up there. They're going to go up there hacking, and certainly those 2 guys took advantage of it. It was great to see, but that's something that's not going to continue very much, even though Connor's done a nice job of being really, really efficient. But hopefully we get a chance to play Tuesday night against Richmond. We've got a lot of guys that didn't have an opportunity to pitch this weekend, and I know they're eager and ready to have that opportunity on Tuesday.